It's good, I like where that's sitting now. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna automate in my double track. See, I'm gonna turn on right. So yeah, I'm gonna write that in now. Bring it up somewhere around here. Hey!
I'm always doing.
Why does it do that? It snaps back. Well, I don't want it to snap back, I want it to stay where it's at. Okay, well I need to figure out what's going on with that. So that's when you go on the intertubes and you read the owner's manual. Okay, automation. Automation write modes. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Oh, okay guys, this is good to know. So if you look here, you'll see this little T. That's telling me what type of automation write mode it's on. And T is touch mode, as you saw there. When it's only when you're holding it that it will write the automation. What I want to do here is go to latch mode. So this, I go to the track properties and I go to the automation, here you go. And right here it's touch mode, I don't want that, I want latch. And you'll see it's changed on there, it's WL now. So let's give that a go and see how that sounds. Great.
I'm always doing you wrong. You're always doing me wrong.
Very good. I've got that automation sorted out. Now what do I need to do? Now I need to put some effects on my lead vocal here. One thing I want to try, I read about this, it's called the, I think the Haas effect, H-A-A-S. Let me just double check that because I do have the internet. A psychoacoustic phenomenon discovered by Dr. Helmut Haas. What a great name. I was gonna say if I had a kid, I would name him Dr. Helmut, but he'd probably get bullied real bad. Don't make your kids too unique because they will get bullied. That's my advice for whatever it's worth. Parenting advice with Zool, which I wouldn't take my advice. I know nothing about raising kids. That's why I don't want to raise kids, because I feel like it's too easy to fuck them up, you know? It's like, we don't know what the hell we're doing. You just hope for the best, I think. You know, that if you really care about having successful offspring, I think what you do is you just have like a shit ton of offspring. Well, not too many, you want to be able to take care of them reasonably, but enough that like, at least one or two of them will turn out successful. Like you're gonna have some duds, you're gonna have some of them that just like, you know, they never leave home and they just want to like hang out and like play the drums and like make a YouTube channel. But other ones will go and, you know, be like respectable citizens in society and get jobs and, you know, contribute. Okay, anyway, the Haas effect. So discovered by Dr. Helmut Haas. And what it is basically, so if you have two sounds coming from a different source, like we have speakers, we have two speakers. If one of the sounds is delayed a very short amount of time, what happens is the brain actually doesn't hear two distinct sounds because the delay is too small that it just hears one sound. I think it's around, it varies, but it's around like 40, maybe around 50 milliseconds is when you can actually start to hear distinct sounds. You go, oh, there's a sound and there's a sound. But below that, all you hear is like one sound. Your brain, our perceptual machinery in our brain just combines that and says that's one sound. And you can use that in your mixing. What you do is you say I've got my vocal track here and I want to make use of this Haas effect. So what I do is I'll send one copy of the sound to the one speaker, say the left speaker, and then I'll send another copy to the other speaker. And what I'll do is I'll delay the copy going to one of the speakers, like I'll push it ahead like 30 milliseconds, 20 to 30 milliseconds. And this gives you this interesting like stereo sound where you just try it and see what it sounds like. And so what I'm gonna do is try it and see if I like it. Thanks to Dr. Helmut Haas for figuring it out for us. First, I wanna send this sucker to some parallel compression. It's getting complex. There's a lot of tracks in here now. There's a lot to keep track of. I'm drawing a blank here. I'm frozen. I met a girl, I was in Nelson in music school, And I was at this bar and I was dancing with this girl. And she really wanted to watch Frozen with me. She thought that'd be a lot of fun. She was Scottish, so she had a thick accent. So that's my impersonation of this Scottish girl. Let's watch Frozen! It's a great movie! But speaking of Frozen, I feel like I'm frozen. What am I doing? Okay, I'm making another stereo bus. God! Chicka chicka chin, chicka chicka chin chin. I guess I'll put this up here so you guys can see what I'm doing. So, okay, I renamed this bus. That was called No Parallel Compression. Now I need to send that to Lead Vox bus. Now I have to send to Parallel Comp, which is where there's so many, I can't even see it. Where is it? Okay, it doesn't even seem to be in here. Oh, you know what? It's probably a routing thing. It's probably, so Cakewalk won't let you create a feedback loop. So feedback loop happens when you send something over here and then you send it from that thing back here and just get this loop and then it just blows your friggin' house up. So that's probably what's going on. So let me go over here to my parallel comp and I bet you it is sending, yeah, it's sending to the friggin' track that is, so that's why. Okay, now I bet you it's gonna work. Hey! Ooh-ah. You guys ever seen Scent of a Woman? Gotta watch that. Al Pacino, friggin' brilliant. I mean, he makes that movie. If there's no Al Pacino, that movie fucking sucks. Ooh-ah.
Hoo-ah!
Okay, so we now are sending to parallel compression. Ooh-ah.
No,
Oh, now it's cranked up the wazoo, guys.
I'm always doing you wrong. Hoo-ah!
That's friggin' compressed to the nuts.
Always doing me wrong.
Look at my compressor, it's just slamming it. Minus 7 dB. I mean, that's the idea with parallel compression. You have one track, you just compress the friggin' living bejesus out of it.
I got bad feelings in my heart going on and on.
And then you mix it into taste. So right now it's really a lot, I think.
Bad feelings in my heart going on and on.
Around minus 12 or something. I don't know.
I'm always doing you wrong. You're always doing me wrong. Yeah.
See how it sounds here at the bridge.
I come up dry every time that I try to be a better man. I don't know if I really can, so maybe I'm forever stuck.
Yeah, those vocals are cutting through nice. I like that.
With all of these bad feelings in.
Okay, that was a very loud breath. So I might need to edit that out somehow. So I'll have to go to my, probably in this track. I think what I did is that's gonna be right now. With all of these, yeah, I'm gonna zoom in here and just, maybe even just, well, I don't wanna get rid of the, some people I think they go in and they just get rid of any like breathing or anything. I don't really like that. Like, it doesn't sound very natural. Yeah, so that breath right there is just friggin' pumping way too loud. So I'm gonna cut it. I think I made the whole thing louder because I wanted this width. It was super quiet. It would just kind of sound like all of these. You couldn't even hear it. So I went, but I accidentally increased the volume of the swell, which I don't want that. It's not what I want. So Control J, I'm just gonna normalize that down, I don't know. Jeez, that's pretty quiet. Let's try minus 65.
With all of.
That's very quiet, maybe a little bit louder. Let's go up to like, I don't know, how about minus 50?
With all of the.
I dig that. Okay, good. So that was, you know, don't forget to save your project. Okay, making a little progress on the vocals here, guys. That's very exciting. I'm so excited. My wife, she dead. High five.
A great success!
If you haven't seen Borat, I just assume everyone's seen Borat, but I guess some of you haven't. I would watch that. It's pretty interesting. It's hilarious. My ex-girlfriend, she had never seen Borat before. I mean, she's also like 20 years old, so it's a different culture. When I was growing up, Borat was, you know, a big deal. After it came out, everyone's at school just, wah, high five. You know, it's like when Napoleon Dynamite came out, everyone at school was just like, whatever I feel like, gosh. You know, all these little quotes. Same thing with South Park. Anytime South Park did something, you know, the next day at school, everyone was just mimicking it, imitating it. So those guys were a big part of the culture for me growing up. So wah, if you've not seen Borat, go and watch movie film by Borat. Okay, back to music. Zool, get back to music, you friggin' ding dong. What am I doing? I am doing the Haas effect. I'm creating the Haas effect. That's what I want to do right now. Now, what I'm going to do is I have stereo left and right. I will just keep stereo right because stereo right has the delay on it. Good. So I'm going to get rid of this bus. How do you do that? You just delete bus. Good. So, okay. So now I have my lead vocals bus. So all my lead vocals are going to that.
With all of these bad feelings.
I mean, I'm digging the way the vocals are kind of sitting right now. They don't even have any effects or anything on them, but they do seem to be cutting through. I haven't even EQ'd them or anything. Maybe I should do a little EQ on these suckers.